I know the people who've been at a boot camp before and you've like, I heard this before, and it's like, right. So what I want you to do who've done this before, later on tonight, if you have your notes with you or when you go home, make a note. Look at the self-evaluation you did at the last boot camp you attended and see the progress to where it is today. If there is no change, that needs to be the first thing that you do when you go back. Because everything I'm teaching you on a business isn't going to matter if I'm still miserable inside. Does that make sense, everybody? Good. And so that's when all of a sudden the business started changing. We started getting clients coming in. Clients started having all these successes. That's why I talked about all the awards and stuff before. And everything just started to change from that moment forward. And this is what I call the movement. Because the movement, all of a sudden, boom, this is a company that went from $0 in revenue to over $5 million in revenue in like 3-4 years working with us. There's another company that did the same kind of thing. I don't know what their revenue is now, but they're master level status. You keep hearing me say master level. What does master level mean? I'm referencing Homecare Pulse. All throughout this event, as we go through the presentations, you're going to see me share slides with factual data collected. The factual data collected that I'm going to share with you are from the Homecare Pulse report that gives you the benchmark study, what our industry is doing. So anybody who's a master level business is somebody who's doing over $5 million in revenue. That's what that means. So if I say master level, that's a master level business, right? Gus Torres, love this man. Oklahoma, making it happen, right? Rick Jones, where's there she is, right? Love him, love Rick Jones, Visiting Angels, Little Rock, Arkansas area, and it goes on and on and on. There you are. You see that right there, top right? There you are. On and 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 on. And that's why I changed the name of the company. Because what happened was, as I started helping my clients, grow your revenues and grow your business. A lot of people were like, well, Steve, I want to have the life that you have. I want to have the relationship with my spouse that you have. I want to have the relationship with my children that you have. I want to have those priorities. How can you do that? And I was like, well, let's just the 5 wellnesses. That's why I put that in this event for you to take that, because that's what matters more than anything else. You all have pictures with your friends and your family. You want more pictures with your friends and your family. I want you to take a vacation. I guarantee there's somebody in this room who hasn't gone on vacation in the last 2-3 years. Guarantee it. Maybe longer. You should go on a vacation every year. I go on vacation like 5-6 times. I'm always on a vacation. I'm on a vacation right now. Right? This is the fun part of it for me, right? I love this. But I'm always on a vacation. You should travel. You do it. You only live once, right? You only live once. You should make the most of that and make it happen, right? So what we're going to be doing over the next 3 days, we're going to focus on your sales and marketing, which the first session I'm going to do is a little bit of everything blended together. I call it the Homecare Evolution. Sales and marketing component. We got to bring in the right type of clients. We're going to talk about the operation a little bit, because we got to make sure that operationally, if we're bringing in more patients than we currently have, we have to be able to handle it and meet the demand. We're going to talk about recruitment and retention, because in order for us to be able to grow the businesses, we have to get caregivers. And I hear so many people complain, I can't get caregivers, right? What do you think the big titans of this industry are doing? I have a client that did $60 million last year. Not 60, right? They went from 1,000 patients to 2,000 patients in 1 year. How do you do that? That's a lot of caregivers that needed to take care of that many patients, right? But it's a problem, but you just deal with it. We're going to talk about ways to deal it. Multiple revenue streams, managing the finances. Tomorrow I have an amazing session I'm going to go over with you looking at the bottom line. The industry standard profit margin right now, as per Homecare Pulse, is only 9%. 9%. That means that $1 million business is only profiting $90,000. That's terrible. I could go get a job making more than $90,000. Why have all that stress? So we're going to talk about that. That's what this event, that's the Homecare Evolution. That's why we're here. And one last thing I want to do up here, I want everybody to write this down with me before we get into it with the numbers and stuff, right? How do you go from this to this, right? We got to make time for it. And so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you some time. I want everybody to write down how many hours in a week, everybody? 168. Write it down on a clean sheet of paper. right? It's 168 hours in a week. And I do this at non-home care conferences, and nobody knows how many hours in a week. But when I'm in a home care conference, I know you all know. 24/7, 2 by 12, we love those. 168 hours in a week. I want you to block off 56 hours, and I want you to write down sleep, all right? It doesn't mean that you're going to actually get it, but let's just plan for 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, you're going to sleep, okay? That leaves you with how many hours, everyone? 112 hours. Now, I want you to circle it and draw a little line to the side. I want you to write a sentence down. And then I want you to write this word for word, because this is very important. Steve gives me permission, right? Just like that. Steve gives me permission to spend 10% of this time on myself. I give you permission to spend 10% of this time that you have on yourself. That's 12 hours. So write 12 hours and then right next to that, me. This is not time for you and your kids. This is not time for you answering emails and playing on your cell phones. This is not time for you to talk with your spouse and go on a date night. This is time for yourself. And if any of you says, oh, Steve, I can't, you don't understand my life, I'm going to say, I gave you permission. So now you have to use it, okay?